Now, I'll be the first to say, I like a lot of things, and because of that, this channel is quite all over the place when it comes to what it's about, whether it's movies, sometimes TV, or of course, video games. However, here's the thing. If you were to ask me what my favorite movie is, I'd say, maybe either Star Wars or Toy Story or Avengers. I'm not sure specifically though. If you asked me what my favorite show is, I'd say, not so sure. Either Avatar: The Last Airbender or Breaking Bad. But I don't know for sure. However, if you ask me what my favorite game is, without even thinking, my answer is and always has been Smash. Super Smash Bros. Is what happens when you take franchises of Nintendo and have them fight it out in a way that not any other fighting game at the time did. It started in 1999 with only 12 fighters representing 10 franchises, but a little over 20 years later, and now has a little over 80 characters representing a whopping 38 franchises that go beyond just Nintendo, becoming a celebration of not just Nintendo, but gaming as a whole. However, without all that, I've heard many non-Smash fans ask, why do people always lose their goddamn shit over a new Smash character? And when trying to come up with an answer, I thought, you know what? That's actually a good question. Why do we always pass out of hype whenever we see a character made of literal squares, a silhouette, an envelope, or essentially a circle with an uneven cross? What is it about Super Smash Bros. That is so special, so hype, so celebratory, so near and dear to the hearts of many, so important? What is the importance of Super Smash Bros? Masahiro Sakurai, a gamer at heart, and made his first Kirby game at only 19 years old. Sakurai was a big fan of fighting games like King of Fighters and Fatal Fury, and thought he could make his own fighting game but with up to 4 players and a little more casually, as he beat a lot of people in the arcades in those other fighting games I just named. However, he didn't have any original ideas for characters yet, so he just created a bunch of generic looking models and presented the game to Nintendo with the title Dragon King, the fighting game. Sakurai understood that fighting games didn't sell very well, so what would make this one stand out? Well, he thought having many Nintendo characters in the game would help the game stand out, and so he started work on a prototype with Mario, Donkey Kong, Samus, and Fox, and actually didn't even tell Nintendo about this until the game was well balanced. The game actually got the green light, and the 4 characters in the prototype were included, as well as Yoshi, Link, Kirby, and Pikachu, who at the time, he was actually Nintendo's newest character. There were also 4 other characters that were included later on in development, which is why they were unlockable. Luigi was easy to animate because at the time, all you really had to do was copy and paste Mario and make him green. Jigglypuff was easy to animate because the animations were kind of the same as Kirby's. Ness was easy to include because his model type is similar to other characters in the game like Fox and Mario. And Captain Falcon, while this hasn't been outright confirmed, was given the leftover movesets from the fighters from Dragon King, as he came from a racing game where he never fought. There were other characters that were meant to be included like Bowser, King Dedede, Mewtwo, and Marth. but weren't included for either time constraints or popularity issues. The game still came out with a nice 12-character roster, and thus, Super Smash Bros. Was born. The game sat pretty well with critics, as there wasn't much else quite like it. However, 2 years passed and Nintendo's coming out with their new console, the Nintendo GameCube. Nintendo had a moderately strong launch lineup with the GameCube that included Luigi's Mansion, Wave Race, Super Monkey Ball, Crazy Taxi, Rogue Squadron 2, and Pro Skater 3. I say moderately strong though because while those are all 6 really good games, do I really even need to say which game is the only game diehard Nintendo fans would buy a console for? However, while not making the launch, there was one game that came out shortly after, and it was a sequel to Super Smash Bros. Called Super Smash Bros. Melee. This game was a daunting task by Sakurai and his team because it was pretty much a 2-year turnaround and was programmed in 13 months. Basically, Sakurai and the team at HAL Laboratory made the original Smash game, but more. More characters, more stages, more modes, more items, more content, more fast gameplay, and it was a success. Super Smash Bros. Melee probably has one of the most popular competitive scenes of any video game ever and is still going strong nearly 20 years later. Holy shit. Melee is about to be 20 years old. And yeah, that is the case whether Nintendo likes it or not. However, after Melee, Sakurai started the whole "this is gonna be my last Smash game" thing, and then the future of the franchise was uncertain. A couple years came by. It was Nintendo's E3 2005 press conference. The late Satoru Iwata had announced the next installment of Super Smash Bros. On their new console, the Nintendo Wii. Only, Sakurai wasn't even told till after the fact. It was supposed to be a launch title for the Wii, but that didn't turn out. But you all know this game as Super Smash Bros. Brawl. The game began development in October of 2005. It is probably worth noting that Brawl might have had the rockiest development of all the Smash games, as the game was missing from Nintendo's E3 2006 press conference, and this was due to the development of a story mode, Subspace Emissary. However, this caused the rest of the game to be rushed. There are numerous characters that have hidden files in the game that were likely cut due to time constraints. They include veterans Mewtwo, Roy, Dr. Mario, and either Pichu or newcomers Plusle or Minun, as well as Toon Zelda and Toon Sheik or Tetra and Dixie Kong. These 7 characters are commonly referred to as the Forbidden 7. However, despite the rushed nature of the game and those cut characters, Brawl had quite an impressive roster. Young Link didn't come back, but we got Toon Link instead. Characters like Wario, Diddy Kong, Meta Knight, King Dedede, they all made total sense to be here, and we even got 2 characters not from Nintendo, which came with their own elements of shock. Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid was the first third-party character in Smash history, and I'd still say the most surprising character ever, as nobody at the time could have possibly expected this, as he was a non-Nintendo character who barely even appeared on a Nintendo console, and on top of that, was from an M-rated series. And Sonic the Hedgehog, who was Mario's rival back in the day, and this made the first time you can see these two duke it out. Despite all that though, Brawl disappointed in possibly the one aspect that helps Melee continue to thrive to this day, and that is the competitive scene. First and foremost, Smash is meant as a more casual fighting game, but you can still take it competitively. Melee's gameplay was way faster and the mechanics felt nice. Brawl was made more casually as the game felt more floaty, and the fucking tripping. Seriously, I don't even think the casual players like that. Sakurai himself once stated,
Melee fans who play deep into the game without any problems might have trouble understanding this, but Melee was just too difficult.
I will say this though, despite everything against Brawl, while definitely not my favorite Smash game, I have a lot of nostalgia for it, so I love this game so very much. But come the next Smash game, things did need to change. In 2011, a new Smash game was announced, but there was something very different this time around.
A few months ago, I explained the concept of Wii U to Mr. Sakurai, who was developing Kid Icarus. We were discussing which platform his next game should be developed for Nintendo 3DS or Wii U. What Mr. Sakurai suggested then was a specific idea to make Smash Brothers for both Nintendo 3DS and Wii U, to make it work together on both platforms.
That's right, the next Smash game was coming to not only Nintendo's newest console, the Wii U, but also their handheld console, the Nintendo 3DS. This was the first time a Smash Bros. Game was coming to a handheld, and to be quite honest, I can't really think of any other examples of other games that did anything like this. Another big piece of news was that Bandai Namco is helping out with this title, and they know fighting games, whether it's Tekken or Soul Calibur. At E3 2013, Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS was officially revealed with a trailer that, I'm not gonna lie, still gives me goosebumps to this day. It showed the game on the 3DS, which was quite impressive looking, and it showed the game on the Wii U with its, at the time, gorgeous HD visuals, a first for the series. Also, that E3, they revealed 3 new characters, including the Animal Crossing Villager, which was a good pick, and the Wii Fit Trainer, for the surprise jokey characters. These characters were pretty popular with recent games at the time, and it made total sense to include them. But it's fair to say these characters hadn't blown anyone away, so... That's right, third parties are not a thing of the past, as we just got Mega Man. As the game went on, we started getting a shit ton of new and returning characters. New characters include Little Mac, Shulk, Palutena, and motherfucking Pac-Man. Plus Sonic returning, you are now able to make 4 of the most iconic video game characters of all time duke it out, and I remember just how big of a deal that was. And to think that was not all, because there was DLC. The DLC brought back Mewtwo and Roy from Melee and Lucas from Brawl, and it was just so great to see them all back. But we end up getting Ryu from Street Fighter, a character that, until he was leaked, I remember many people think of him as a joke for the game or someone that is way out there. Imagine if he never got leaked. If that's not crazy enough, how does motherfucking Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy sound? Aside from the rated M franchise aspect, Cloud's inclusion was surprising for just about all the same reasons Snake was, as well as the fact that at the time, we had no idea that Nintendo and Square were on good terms. And we get another Fire Moon character, and the final character was Bayonetta, another M-rated character nobody really saw coming, and what made her inclusion unlike every other third party was that she was a more modern character. Now, it seemed a bit shady the way they revealed her, that she was reportedly the winner of the fighter ballot, but we still to this day have not gotten any official results, and it's highly doubtful that she won that, and also what she did to the game. But seeing her was quite shocking and satisfying. It was difficult to think where the Smash series would go from here, but what's even crazier is that Sakurai and his team knew the answer to that question before we possibly even asked it. As the final DLC characters for Smash 4 were concluded, the late Satoru Iwata had a request for Sakurai to make a new Smash Bros. Game for their new upcoming console, the Nintendo Switch. And shortly after, Satoru Iwata passed away. It was a day that sent shockwaves down the gaming community. It went beyond Nintendo, as video games as a whole have just lost an iconic and influential figure. Given this, Sakurai did not want to fail his former mentor's final wishes, so he began work on a new Smash game for the Nintendo Switch. Sakurai didn't have much time to gather a new team or engine, so Sora and Bandai Namco returned from Smash 4 to work on this one and use the same engine and everything, which is why there are a lot of similarities. It's also worth noting that considering the untimely passing of Satoru Iwata, Sakurai felt extra determined to make this Smash Bros. Game the best he can. So as a result, he brings back everyone. But fast forward a bit. It was only a few days after the 1-year anniversary of the Nintendo Switch, March 8th, 2018, where a Nintendo Direct dropped. The Direct was quite a good one, as we got announcements of Crash Bandicoot, South Park, and Okami coming to Switch, as well as the Octo expansion for Splatoon, which many people seemed excited about. But then, the Direct ends with two Inklings fighting, and we think it's another Splatoon thing. But then everything stops. The atmosphere gets dark. The Inkling looks up. Funny, what if it's a new Smash game? Imagine how crazy that would be. That's fucking right. They just slipped an announcement for a new Smash game at the end of the Nintendo Direct at the beginning of the year. And the crazier thing is that it was coming out later that same year. We heard nothing about this game for a while, aside from debates over whether it was going to be a port or a new game. But E3 came along, and we found out that, well, everyone is here. Every Smash character in history was coming back, and we got many newcomers that have been requested since the series' inception, whether it be Ridley, King K. Rool, and Simon Belmont, along with characters like Inkling, Isabelle, and Incineroar, who became popular since Smash 4 came out. Plus the addition of Echo Fighters was a nice one, too, allowing for characters like Daisy, Richter Belmont, Ken, Dark Samus, and my boy Chrom to be included, who probably would have never been included otherwise, and the DLC. We got a long-time fan request in Banjo-Kazooie, characters nobody expected like Joker, Terry, Steve, and depending on how you look at it, Hero, and we got characters to promote other games like Byleth and Min Min, but they're still pretty cool additions. This, as you know, was Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Okay, that was a timeline of the Smash games. Why is it important though? Because I just spent quite a bit not explaining that. Well, this is key to knowing why.
While I like a lot of characters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, one of my mains is Zero Suit Samus because she's my Nintendo girl.
My favorite Smash character is Lucas because I like his PK Ice and I like knocking off my opponent off the stage and then using PK Ice to freeze them, making them not be able to come up because they're frozen.
The sickest move ever.
My main/favorite character in Super Smash Bros. Is Inkling. I played Splatoon when it first came out on the Wii, so I was really excited when it came out on Ultimate. So ever since then I've been maining her, and she's been really fun to use.
I actually have two mains. My first main is Villager because I started to be an Animal Crossing fan since New Leaf came out, and I really enjoyed the game franchise. And my other main is Yoshi because I started to be a Yoshi fan since when I was 5, and I really enjoy his moves.
I mean, Gabriel, Ganon, and either Steve or Incineroar, I'm not sure yet. I mean all three of them just because they're fun. I mean, K-Rool in particular, he was my most wanted character.
I main Donkey Kong, and the reason why I main him because I just think Donkey Kong is a really good character to play with. He's been in every single Smash Bros. Ever since 64, and one thing that I like about him is his recovery and his grabs. So yeah.
Haha, Luigi go.
My main in Smash would have to be Kirby, because I really like how he can inhale the souls of the damned and use that to win.
My favorite character to play as in Smash is Greninja, because I like his move set. It's pretty good. Frog, A tier buddy, Pog, Champ, Pog, Greninja, A tier Pog. Yeah, I like Greninja. He's also like one of my favorite Pokemon. Frog!
So who is my Smash Ultimate main? Well, the answer is Wolf.
Furries! No!
No. I like Wolf because Wolf has really good aerial momentum and has really strong attacks that come out pretty fast, and overall I just really like how he plays in Smash Ultimate. But his voice acting got nerfed really bad. Please send help.
When the original Smash game on the Nintendo 64 was released, I wasn't even born, so I can't say this for sure. But I doubt anyone saw this 12-character roster and thought that in 20 plus years, we would be frighteningly close to triple digits. But what is it that is crazy about all these characters? Why do we all go insane when we see one added? Mostly. Well, at least for me, and I'm sure many others. When a character is included in Smash, it feels like the character is more important. The more I think about it, Smash is sort of like a Hall of Fame of video game characters, as when a character is included in Smash, it makes the character feel all the more special. I'm not alone here. Why do you think Phil Spencer, the head of one of Nintendo's competitors, just letting Nintendo use one of their characters because Nintendo and Microsoft have shown a good working relationship? I guess, but Phil Spencer kept vouching for Banjo in Smash 4 when they weren't, at least publicly, working together. Other companies want their characters in Smash 2. You saw Activision publicly vying for Crash, Blizzard vying for Tracer. Hell, someone from Disney was vying for Sora once. Even Funimation was vying for Goku. There's also the speculation scene, which I was actually going to give its own chapter to, but decided not to because it fits into this chapter very well. Everyone is speculating over who the next 4 fighters left to be revealed are, and whenever a new character is announced, it seems to somewhat change the game. I never thought this myself, but it seemed that before we got Steve revealed, we only knew of Min Min for the fighters in the current Fighters Pass, and I saw many predictions of this Fighters Pass being dominated by first parties, but now with Steve, the speculation has somewhat changed. I don't see many predictions of a Nintendo dominant pass, and I never thought that myself, but just saying. But speculation comes from people looking into things they possibly want to see. Sure, it may be annoying to see the same YouTuber upload 4 or 5 videos a day about different fake leaks that all get debunked while uploading those videos, but it is honestly a testament to how many possibilities there are when it comes to Smash characters. And the fact that characters like Doomguy, Dante, someone from Resident Evil, Ryu Hayabusa, fucking Master Chief, are all being brought up quite a bit when it comes to potential Smash DLC fighters just shows how far the series has gone since its inception. The crazy thing about that though is that the roster itself, as it is right now, is packed. Again, 88 characters, counting the 4 we haven't gotten yet, is frightening. The man himself, Sakurai, once said that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate holds a roster of characters you won't be able to find anywhere else, and you know what, that is hella true. Whether you're talking about quantity, the appeal, the diversity, you can't find a roster quite like this. And the sheer fact that it is still not done yet. Not to mention, Sakurai is motivated to staying as true to the characters as possible. He once said,
"Providing accurate portrayals of characters is something I want to pay ample attention to. If I don't stick to that thought, then we'd have to lower the quality or break the balance of the game. Something that goes way off spec could break the entire game."
This may seem like just a little thing, but when you think about it, it's a much bigger deal. Here's an example. Joker's Arsene being integrated as a mechanic he has is almost like a nod to Persona 5, but you won't see Shulk with Arsene in Smash because he obviously doesn't have that in his games. Instead, you give him the Monado arcs. What I'm saying here is that when you try to stay true to the character's roots and origins, It really does feel more and more like multiple worlds colliding, which further exemplifies the fact that this is the biggest crossover in gaming history. And it is worth mentioning the Miis. Despite only being a Mii costume, Sans probably had the biggest Nintendo New York reaction of all the Smash reveals. This is mostly how I like to wager how hype a reveal is. Characters like Sans, Cuphead, Vault Boy, Bomberman, Travis Touchdown, Altair, and more that I'm definitely missing can all now be playable in Smash without taking up a spot on the roster. Upon Smash Ultimate winning Best Fighting Game at the 2019 Game Awards, Doug Bowser came to accept the award and said this.
You know, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is really more than just a fighting game. It's an experience that brings people together. It's also a showcase for some of the most famous characters, music, game worlds in video game history. And the fact that all of this comes together so seamlessly and so beautifully is really a testament to the dedication, to the hard work, and to the skill of Mr. Sakurai and the development team.
And he's right. It goes beyond the characters, but I also think it goes beyond Ultimate, as each Smash game had an impressive cast of characters and therefore an impressive crossover aspect to it that you won't find anywhere else. Now with Ultimate, it doesn't seem like much, but when Smash 4 concluded, that was a big deal. I'd even go as far as to say that Smash helps many franchises. This goes back to the original game, as before that came out, no one knew what the fuck Earthbound was. Sure, it did come out in the States, but that was on the SNES after the N64 had come out, making the game almost seem like an afterthought. Look at Melee with Marth and Roy, as Fire Emblem was never localized before that, but thanks to Smash, Fire Emblem has become one of Nintendo's biggest franchises, to the dismay of many. Look at Terry Bogard. Fatal Fury is a rather niche series, at least here in the States, but Terry's inclusion in Smash exposed the series, and by extension all of SNK, to more audiences. You can even argue that Smash saved a few franchises. Capcom beat Mega Man to the goddamn ground before he joined Smash, and we've gotten a lot more Mega Man over the years. We didn't know Nintendo and Square were on good terms before Cloud joined Smash, but he did, and now we got pretty much every mainline Final Fantasy game on the Switch. Need more? How about Simon and Richter, where before they were included in Ultimate, Castlevania was being pissed on and turned into a pachinko machine by Konami, but they released the Castlevania Anniversary Collection, a fucking near perfect collection of games. I just realized those are all third parties. The point is that being included in Smash is an honor to that character, and in the case of a new franchise representative, an honor to that franchise, and in the case of a new third party, an honor to that company. And again, the fact that it is still not over yet is crazy.
You do need that edge guard, and I think you should take me seriously, because look at the scoreboard right now.
Yeah, I got numbers on the...
Oh! Yo, did he just walk up slowly and down smash?
He did.
I can't look at every aspect of Smash and their importance and not mention the competitive scene. I will not say it has stuff that other fighting games don't have, as while I'm a huge fan of fighting games as a genre, I'm not too familiar with the competitive scenes for that many other fighting games, so bear that in mind. Anyways, let's go back, shall we? Smash was meant as a more casual fighting game, and the original 64 game didn't really have many competitive tournament events until FC Diamond, which was in 2007, a good 8 years after the game had come out. That may be due to the fact that Smash 64 is definitely the most dated Smash game, but then we get to Melee. I mentioned earlier that Melee had, and still has, a fantastic and strong competitive scene, But now it's time to talk about it a little more. Sakurai and his team had to program this game in 13 months, which was a rather daunting task, and there were many unfinished aspects, whether it be the faster gameplay or mechanics like wave dashing, which were actually a result of a rushed development and weren't supposed to be there. But the nightmare for the Smash team became a huge treat for the Smash community. The faster gameplay sat very well with many players. Also, due to the larger selection of characters, there were certain characters suitable for tournament play, some that just straight up aren't, and some that go in between. That is sort of the main problem of an otherwise perfect package. The roster is unbalanced as shit. There are also many stages that are allowed for tournament play and some that aren't. These are just rules that the players make up. The Melee competitive scene, even after getting 3 sequels, is still going strong today. There are many great moments. Hell, the Wombo Combo meme that you've probably heard of or seen if you've been on the internet at all before, originated from a Melee tournament.
Happy Feet, Wombo Combo! That ain't Falco! That ain't Falco!
Up until 2019, the game was still being featured at EVO, like the biggest fighting game tournament ever, but there are still many tournaments for the game today. It also probably helps that the game runs very well through the Dolphin emulator, and allows for new features like netplay as well as an up-res. And then we get to Brawl. Brawl comes out, which was a hugely anticipated game, and of course, Melee had one of the biggest competitive scenes for not just any fighting game, but probably for video games as a whole. So Brawl was going to expand upon the roster of Melee, but when players from Melee jumped ship to Brawl, they were rather disappointed. Brawl was made more casually, and replaced stuff like wave dashing with random tripping, which was a punishing mechanic. Many of Melee's top players that moved over to Brawl moved back to Melee. However, just to show how strong the competitive scene for Smash was, as well as specifically Melee, they really did wish Brawl played a bit more like Melee. So that's where Project M comes in. Project M, with the M standing for Melee in case you didn't know, is a mod for Brawl that gives the game many elements from Melee and mixes it very well. The game is much faster like Melee, and the mechanics like wave dashing are back, as well as other mechanics like tripping are gone and to never be seen again. It also has an up-res as well as many new skins for characters that just great to see. Skins like Mr. L for Luigi, Donkey Kong's outfit from Punch-Out Wii, sort of. Big Boss for Snake, Retro Captain Falcon, the Melee appearances of Link, Zelda, Sheik, Ganondorf, Fox, Falco. The list goes on from there. It also includes the returns of Mewtwo and Roy, which was also a splendid touch, as well as separating Zelda and Sheik, Samus and Zero Suit, as well as Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard. There are also many little things thrown in there too, like Sonic sneaking in his pose he does on the cover for Sonic Adventure, or giving Bowser his own symbol instead of using the Mario series symbol. It's just the little things that were just great to see. Not to mention, the stages were reworked too. You can play many of these stages in their original form if you'd like, but stages like Green Hill Zone, Hand and Bow, Distant Planet, Castle Siege, and many others were made into more tourney-legal stages. Not to mention, the game's roster seems to be very balanced. The game sat very well with the competitive scene, but the game hasn't had many major tournaments in quite a while and received its final update on December 1st, 2015. It was great to see just how much love in the community there was to where a whole team took the task of pretty much remaking Brawl. It is also worth noting that Nintendo had nothing to do with the development of Project M. In fact, they tried striking it down, but that's a different scenario of its own, and something that seems to be repeating itself today. Anyways, after the success that was Melee, the disappointment that was Brawl, and the warm reception that was Project M in the competitive scene, the community was eagerly anticipating the next official entry in the series, Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS. I'm mainly going to go over the Wii U version because the 3DS version was more of a holdover and didn't have much. The game was definitely a lot faster than Brawl and removed stupid ass punishing mechanics like tripping officially, and now they are officially gone off the face of the earth, and added stuff like Omega forms for stages, shaping them all like Final Destination, technically making any stage legal. Smash 4 seemed competitively viable, but the community agreed that while it is better than Brawl on a competitive standpoint, it just wasn't Melee. Melee set a standard for how Smash is supposed to be, and while Smash 4 did get pretty close, it wasn't there. Oh yeah, and, you know, Bayonetta, through one update, one character kinda broke the balance of the whole game.
Here we are, the reset. Lost control of that set, man. He was up 2-0, and Captain Zach with the backdoor 3-0 to send us in the grand final set number 2. We ain't done yet, baby. Hold that, get, and get to the click clack. Let's do it.
Well, what is going on? What is this?
I don't know. I was stalling for time.
All right, man.
Again, Smash 4's competitive scene was pretty strong, but didn't compare to Melee. But once Smash Ultimate was revealed, Smash 4 was pretty much obsolete. Sakurai and his team were determined to make this one as good as possible, as I explained earlier. And one thing he did was, for the first time in the series, intentionally appeal to both casual and competitive players. The game feels just as fast as it should, and includes many new gameplay mechanics like directional air dodging, which is, I mean, yeah, it's as close you can get with wave dashing, as well as other stuff like short hop aerial buffers, parries, tech footstools, and Final Smash meter, which, I mean, that was banned, but still, it was intended as a way to legalize Final Smashes. And I didn't even scratch the surface there. Not to mention, the roster of Ultimate is probably the most balanced of all Smash games. And considering the size of the roster, that's quite impressive. Many top players claim that Ultimate is the closest thing to Melee without, you know, being Melee itself. The debate over which is better is something that pops up frequently, and you know what, I'll leave that for you to decide in the comments, but one thing is certain. The competitive scene for Smash as a whole is strong. They were disappointed in Brawl because Melee set a high expectation and standard, and on top of that, by accident. Smash 4 was made obsolete by Ultimate and Project M's mere existence. What is even more impressive here about this community, though, is that they pretty much did this all themselves. Nintendo seemingly refuses to support this community of passionate fans, even as far as sending out cease and desists. They never hold official tournaments of their own with rule sets that the players agree on. And yeah, this year hasn't really been the best year for the Smash community, with the allegations earlier this year, not to mention the whole free Melee drama. One thing is certain. Aside from all the negativity that will sporadically surface within the community, something I'll get into later in fact, the passion and love for these games is something I am proud to say I am a part of. When talking about why people go crazy when they see a new Smash character, we have to talk about when you see a new Smash character. Let's bring you back to the first trailer for Smash ever, at least here in the States.
Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be the only one for me is you.
Yep, this is how the world was introduced to Super Smash Bros. This looks laughable right now, but back then, there weren't really many other ways they could have done this. Despite how goofy this looks now, though, you get the understanding that the game features Mario, Donkey Kong, Pikachu, and Yoshi. And then later on, Link, Samus, Fox, and Kirby. And then later on, Luigi, Jigglypuff, Ness, and Captain Falcon. You get the idea. We also see that it's a fighting game. That's really all we got, though. There weren't reveal trailers for each character leading up to the game's launch. Game sort of just came out and we got these characters. Now we get to Melee, and you've seen the trailer. Even if you don't think you did, the initial trailer for Melee is the exact same as the intro for Melee, just without the announcer saying the title at the end. However, this doesn't change a thing. You see a Mario trophy getting thrown and turns into an actual Mario, and you think, what is this? And then you see Link, and then a quick flash of the game's logo, and you think, oh shit, this is a sequel to Super Smash Bros. The rest of the trailer, or intro I guess, is exactly what you know. It's essentially a montage of the game's starting roster. After that trailer, we do get another trailer showcasing all the characters except for Zelda for some reason. That was all we really got for Melee trailers, as they showed the full roster, starting roster, again, except Zelda, and the rest were secret unlockable characters. Now we get to Brawl, and the first thing they show is the graphical upgrade from the GameCube to the Wii, and it looks really good, at least for the time. You see that Mario, Link, Pikachu, and Kirby are returning in this game, and they are really all you see gameplay for, but then you get some new reveals. Meta Knight, Pit, Zero Suit Samus, and Wario. That was a good trailer. While kind of weak when it came to showing the gameplay, as all it really did was show Final Smashes, showing these newcomers was really cool. It is also worth noting, though, that there was a separate video showcasing each character revealed here and showing gameplay. So they did get gameplay, just not in this trailer. But who else can be next?
Snake, you know who that is?
You're kidding, right? It's Mario.
Mario made his first appearance in 1981. And since then, he's become a worldwide phenomenon. There's probably not a single person who doesn't know Mario. He's that famous.
Good thing I survived long enough to meet him on the field of battle, huh?
This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance, Snake. Now get out there and show him what you're made of. No regrets.
Got it. Kept you waiting, huh?
I was not following this game when it was coming out, so I didn't see any reaction to this character. Also, it doesn't quite seem like reaction videos were a thing back then. But just imagine this. Super Smash Bros. At the time was just known as a crossover fighting game series with just Nintendo characters. To then get Solid Snake, a character that is not Nintendo, and on top of that, rarely ever appeared on Nintendo, and in fact, the design he has in the game is from Metal Gear Solid 2, which to this day has still never appeared on a Nintendo system. And on top of that, he's a character from a Rated M series. Like, this character has nothing to do with this series, and ended up in Smash. I wish I was there to react to this moment, as I probably would have lost my goddamn mind. That wasn't all the reveals for Brawl, though. I guess in hindsight, it is rather disappointing to see that all of Brawl's other newcomers were revealed through blog posts on Brawl's website, as opposed to getting trailers. All except one.
Sonic's the name, speed's my game.
Yup. We weren't only getting one third party, we were getting two. We finally get to make Mario and Sonic fight officially. This was monumental, and the trailer just shows. Just like for Snake, I would have loved to see the reaction to Sonic and Brawl. Now let's get to Smash 4. I've already talked about the reveal earlier, but let's talk specifically Mega Man. We have just seen a trailer showing the game for the first time, as well as showing a big number of returning characters, plus the inclusion of Villager, which made total sense. And although this was separate, they were revealed back to back. After we get an official title of the new Smash game, we see new challenger approaching. As a viewer, you're thinking to yourself, oh shit, we are about to see another new character. It pans over to many characters that were just shown, and then you get a zoom in on the star of the show here. It's Mega Man. Probably the most highly requested character for Smash up to that point, and it was monumental to say the least. I won't touch on all the trailers, but one of them that I think is worth talking about is the trailer for Rosalina and Luma. Why this one, you may ask, as it seems like a pretty random one to single out? Well, let me play this clip and you'll see. Did you catch that? Let me play it again. Alright, did you catch it now? Do you need to watch that again? Well, no you don't, because it's actually the fact that we have this going on. An interaction with Kirby and the Mario Kart cast might not seem like much, but to me, it feels all the more like a crossover. Where else are you going to see this in anything official? Unless Kirby ends up as a playable character in Mario Kart 9, but that's beyond the point. It's just a very nice touch. For the other trailers, look at the art style for the Little Mac, Palutena, and Robin trailers. Look at the cool NES callback in the Duck Hunt trailer. Look at Iwata vs. Reggie in the Mii Fighter trailer. The sheer hype in the Cloud trailer. If that wasn't enough, we get to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I've already talked about the reveal trailer with the Inklings, but now let's get to E3 2018. We are still not sure if this is a new game or a port. Then Sakurai shows us a showcase of the fighters. We see the brand new Battlefield, and we are also shown Mario. Then we see some more characters from Smash 4, but then we see Ice Climbers. One of the biggest omissions from Smash 4 as the only character to be cut after appearing in 2 Smash games. Despite how great it was to see them back though, we all kinda expected the Ice Climbers to appear in this game, new game or not. So, we see some more returning fighters, including the DLC from Smash 4, and now you know, okay, they're bringing back the DLC. And then they show Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard with the Pokemon trainer in the back, telling you that Pokemon Trainer is back. Unlike the Ice Climbers, nobody really thought that Pokemon Trainer was going to come back. It may have to do with the reason he wasn't in Smash 4, but I don't think anyone was expecting Squirtle or Ivysaur to come back. Maybe just Charizard, like how he did in Smash 4. And then a little bit later, they show Cloud, a character that at the time, I myself was a little bit iffy on whether or not he would return. But what came next was even more shocking. We see Snake, another character who nobody thought would probably ever return to Smash, but even that's not all. You then get the words, everyone is here. And as a viewer, you're probably going nuts thinking, wait, everyone is back? And then they show you fucking Pichu, which I feel is the trailer telling you, yeah, we're not kidding. Everyone is here. And despite the fact that we now know this, that doesn't make the returns of Young Link and Wolf, the 2 remaining characters that weren't in Smash 4, any less exciting. After that, they show the title Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And even though there were still more characters to be added, watching this trailer made it hard to argue with that title. Most of the other trailers are great. There are a few I want to single out in particular though. First is Joker. Now this reveal was not at any Nintendo dedicated event, but rather the 2018 Game Awards. But kind of the opposite, it's all video games. It was also the night before Smash Ultimate officially released, so no one was really expecting a reveal at this time. So the trailer starts, and it seems like something from Persona 5, but what exactly? We see 30 seconds of Joker running around, to then get to see a card. At this point, us as viewers are starting to think, wait, that's not going to be a Smash invitation, isn't it? It was just a gut feeling. But no one thought too hard into it. But then it turned out that it was a Smash invitation. Much like the last surprise, we never saw this one coming. Another trailer I'd like to touch on is the Byleth one. Now, I'm touching on this one for a different reason. Unless you are a Fire Emblem fan, it's fair to say that Byleth was rather less exciting than the past 4 DLC fighters in Fighters Pass 1. However, what if I told you that Sakurai knew this? I shouldn't speak for him, but I'm sure he is smart enough to know this. When you first saw the trailer, I'm sure you knew this was a Fire Emblem character right away. There was no build-up. The trailer got right to the point, despite the fact that going into the trailer, you knew this was a Smash character and not a Fire Emblem announcement, because this was a Smash dedicated presentation. But then we look at the Steve trailer. Much like Byleth, we knew this was going to be a new Smash character going in because, well, it was a Smash presentation. The trailer starts off with Mario on the battlefield fighting Peach, Mega Man, and Terry. Now notice one thing, aside from Peach, all the characters I just named are third party. Then Mario jumps to Omega Hyrule Temple, where he is fighting Pikachu, Cloud, and Sonic. Same thing here, aside from Pikachu, everyone Mario is fighting is a third party. So now you have figured, okay, this is probably a third party character. Mario then gets hit into an underground blocky world with many hints towards Minecraft. And then we see Steve rocks the block. And the reason there was more build up to Steve rather than a character like Byleth is because Sakurai knows what character would draw more excitement than others. Every Smash trailer has a special aspect to them, and are one reason we even get hyped in the first place. Whether it's seeing your favorite Nintendo characters fucking die, old callbacks, cool art styles, there's always something in these trailers that can't be found in any other game trailer. For the entirety of this video, I've been praising Smash on just about every aspect, but there is one thing that I feel Smash fans, much like myself, hate to hear, and that is anything along the lines of Smash fans being toxic. Now, despite me not liking that, there is truth to that. Smash fans can be very toxic, and there are no two ways about it. Sure, Byleth wasn't really the character I wanted in Smash as the 5th fighter and final fighter for the first Fighters Pass, but that doesn't mean you should go and harass Sakurai for that, especially if you do a bit of research, if you consider the fact that he was even originally against the idea of another Fire Emblem character. So yeah, you gave him a bunch of shit for nothing really. Nor should you harass him or Nintendo for making Waluigi an assist trophy. What others need to understand though is that the word toxic is misused quite a bit. People who go out of their way to harass Sakurai and Nintendo, that's straight up toxic behavior, and if you're one of those people that do that, please fuck off. People that just aren't happy with something though, what's toxic about that? There is nothing wrong with not liking a character they added, and there is also nothing toxic about it. But what about Smash makes the fans so toxic, you may ask? Well, it's simple. It all comes down to the large roster already at display. Everyone, myself included, all look at the fact that we are getting more rather than looking at what we already have. And forget just how spoiled we really are. Like, seriously, some people say Smash is one of the most toxic fan bases. I think Smash might be a contender for the most spoiled. Sakurai didn't need to do this, but because of the longtime fan requests, as well as, Satoru Iwata's death, we got this roster, which, once again, I don't think will ever be replicated in any other game. We were spoiled once the words "everyone is here" was shown. To then get more newcomers in the base game, to then get even more through DLC, to then get even more through another wave of DLC. I feel we all sometimes get caught up in what's coming and we forget to appreciate what we already have. And what we have is quite crazy. What I'm trying to say here is to not harass anyone over a character, whether it's Sakurai, Nintendo, or other Smash fans who have different opinions from yours. Don't harass anyone. You have to be thankful for what we have. There are also the allegations that surfaced earlier this year, which I do not condone. I don't really want to dwell on those at all, really, but it would feel wrong to talk about how much I love Smash and how much I admire the community when there's a clear toxic side. This chapter was rather short, but consider this as me looking at a rather negative side, a rebuttal of sorts. Smash by its roster alone is monumental, and if we get a 9th Fire Emblem character as opposed to Sora from Kingdom Hearts for the next character, you have a right to be angry, but you don't have a right to harass others, and while you're at it, maybe look at what we already have. Super Smash Bros., as I've gone over through this whole video, has many aspects that are 100% worth celebrating. The incredibly and impressively large roster, the community that despite the toxicity in it, it's something Nintendo should see as a very good thing. The trailers are a very overlooked aspect of the series, but I'm telling you, they further exemplify why I love this franchise. Not to mention the impact this series had on gaming and honestly the internet as a whole. I was gonna give the impact its own segment, but I dwelled on it earlier kinda, but think about just how impactful Smash is. The numerous clones, good or bad. Whenever a new console is on the way, people always wonder about the next Smash game. Whenever a new Nintendo IP with new characters comes out, at least the thought of that character being in Smash comes up. And it even goes beyond Nintendo too. I'm sure you hear people bring up a Fall Guy or an Among Us character or a Fortnite character in Smash. The point I'm trying to make here is that Super Smash Bros. As a franchise is one unlike any other. Nintendo claims that Smash is not a fighting game, but rather an adventure game. And while that is fucking horseshit, let's look at that. If it is a fighting game, which, it is, arguable to say the best fighting game in terms of, everything, especially looking at online for the past, year. But I'll go as far as to say that it is the most unique when it comes to roster and even gameplay. If it really is an adventure game like how Nintendo so claims, I'd say the adventure is rather metaphorical. The adventure doesn't come from duking it out, although that is a hell of a lot of fun. The adventure comes from watching the roster grow, eagerly anticipating the next reveal, either being blown away from a Minecraft character or being let down by another Fire Emblem character being revealed, predicting the next fighters, being a part of a community that, while maybe toxic, is a community that otherwise cares about the game with love and passion, and being able to play the game as whoever you may choose, whether it's in person with a friend or at a tournament, online whether laggy or not, whether you wreck a shitty Ganondorf or get bodied by a bitch Yoshi. That is the adventure you will go on. So yeah, I guess you're right, Nintendo. That is what makes Super Smash Bros. So special, so hype, so celebratory, so near and dear to the hearts of many, so important. That is the importance of Super Smash Bros. Hey guys, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Wow, that was long. And if you watched through to the end, it really does mean a lot to me. If you want to know how long I've been working on this, not to brag or anything, but I started writing the script the day Steve was announced. Yup, that long. I would just like to give a big thanks to everyone who sent me videos or appeared in this video or helped out with it. It was a big project of mine and I felt like it would be nice to include some of you guys in it. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. I talk about a lot of different things, more than just Smash and more than just Nintendo and more than just video games. But Smash is the main focus. Anyways, thanks for watching and happy 2-year anniversary to Smash Ultimate, which is what this video was celebrating in the first place. I never said that once in this whole video though. Yeah, see you next time. Take care.